There hasn't been a new asset class since the bond market was created in 1693. Well, now there's a new asset class, and it's the digital asset space. The question is, are you participating? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Happy Thursday to you. Interesting article I came across this morning. I wanted to share it with you because it's a very, very subtle debate about a company that is in the payment space but hasn't fully embraced yet blockchain technology and digital distributed ledger technology. And this article really kind of debunks the myth and addresses the misconceptions, misperceptions about the effectiveness and efficiency of blockchain and DLT. So it's a very, very interesting article, and I like it because it's third party. It's not coming, if you will, from Ripple, and I think that's or any other blockchain technology company. It's just, it's a guy addressing the misconceptions, if you will, about blockchain technology and DLT, and he uses Ripple and this technology as an example to debunk the myths, the misconceptions, and the misperceptions of this space and what it can do. But so this is a really great article, guys. So listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. So this is from CoinSpeaker. Shout out to coinspeaker.com. And the contributing author is Bhushan, Bhushan, maybe? Alcalar. So, Alcalar. So TransferWise undermines the potential advantage of blockchain technology. TransferWise is it's a payments, right, technology company. Okay, so this is says updated February 4th, 2020. While TransferWise believes that blockchain has no significant advantage over existing systems, we decided to burst the myths. Startups communicates, the startup communicates, right? So, again, this is probably, what's the word I want to use, translated. So even though in the early stages of its development, the blockchain technology is hailed by many as a potential game changer in the future, several fintech organizations are flexing their muscles to facilitate instant cross-border payments using blockchain. However, the London-based financial startup TransferWise, which transfers money across 70 countries, refuses to acknowledge the potential of the blockchain technology. TransferWise believes that blockchain is still pretty novice and there are no potential advantages of using it. Okay. TransferWise finds no major advantage of using blockchain. Co-founder and chairman of TransferWise, Tevet Henriques, recently appeared on Fortune's latest episode of Balancing the Ledger, Fortune magazine. Henriques snubbed any potential advantage of using the blockchain technology. We've heard this dream many times from different people. However, if you start digging into it, you realize that it may look great on paper, but in reality, to make use of it, it's really hard. We've looked at different blockchain technologies, but yet we haven't found anything that enables us to do what we do in a way that is cheaper or faster, said Henriques from TransferWise. The thing is that in the last 1 decade, blockchain has yet to sweep through global banking institutions. Well, is that right? The global use of blockchain can only help to prove its efficiency and benefits over the traditional banking systems. The blockchain adoption in the banking space remains relatively slow. Is that so? However, fintech companies like Ripple are working to change this scenario. Well, thank you for that, Henriques. But it looks like blockchain has a higher milestone to achieve to actually push the transition. On the other hand, TransferWise claims that it can transfer money from Australia to the UK in just 15 seconds. Now look, that's only 3 to 4 times slower than Ripple's technology, but you know, hey. Moreover, it charges a fee of 1% or less while carefully trading. His words, Henrique goes to make a mild comparison of TransferWise. So, you know, 15 seconds and about 1% in fees. Henrique goes to make a mild comparison of TransferWise with Ripple. Henrique goes. That's funny. So if every bank in the world was going through the Ripple network, it would work. It would be amazing. Is that right, Henrique of TransferWise? Yeah. How many banks are using Ripple today in production? We're going to show you and point that out to you. It's a very short list, he says. Henrique says it's a very short list. Isn't that interesting? In that sense, we're big supporters of Ripple or anything else. And if any of these gets enough adoption, and it actually materially helps us do things cheaper and faster, we love it. But so far, we haven't found one. This guy sounds a lot like the dude from Western Union, does he not? Busting the myth of TransferWise. So while that TransferWise chairman claims to see little advantage of using blockchain, the scenario can be actually different. There are already formidable startups like Ripple, which prove that blockchain is the game changer. While TransferWise takes 15 seconds to complete a transaction, Ripple's blockchain-based XRP token does this in 4 seconds. Well, how about that? This itself shows that Ripple is several times more efficient than TransferWise. Moreover, Ripple is making consistent inroads in the global banking space with its blockchain solutions. Banking giants like PNC and Banco Santander have pledged support for the Ripple technology. Yeah, as in being customers. This year itself, Ripple made several partnerships with banking institutions across Asia, the Middle East, and some parts of Europe. I wonder if the dude from TransferWise is going to be available for another interview. The rate at which Ripple continues to grow, it won't be legit for TransferWise to undermine the blockchain penetration. The blockchain penetration. Moreover, Binance demonstrated that it can transfer millions of dollars at a very little fee. Binance has been recently moving millions of dollars of Bitcoin funds to its cold storage wallet. For a transaction that took place in block 552.11, shows that Binance transferred Bitcoin worth just over 1 million on November 15. Binance paid $8 in fees for the transfer to go through. This transaction was not particularly large at 50 bytes, but another transaction appointed by Antoine Le Calvez of Coinmetrics.io is more notable for its size of $600 million transfer. Is that right? $600 million? Binance just created, this is from Antoine himself. Binance just created on Twitter. Binance just created the largest unspent transaction output existing today, but not all time, at 109,000 BTC, nearly 600 million. Whoa. These two transactions demonstrate the irony of Bitcoin transactions, the irony. It shows that the fee is independent of the amount transacted. Rather, it depends more on the computer resources required to store this information. The second transaction on block 551.56 comprised 5,591 bytes, 5,591 bytes, and yet caused Binance just over $7. Now, if we go to TransferWise's charge of 1% fee, it would cost the startup a whopping $6 million to transfer 600 million worth of assets. You understand that? You understand what blockchain and distributed ledger technology is going to do? It's changing the world. $6 million to move that same $600 million worth of BTC. Wow. This itself goes to show that the blockchain indeed has got some potential benefits. Yeah, some potential benefits as otherwise claimed by TransferWise. It's just that one needs to have a better understanding of how the technology operates. There you go, my friend. Good job, the dude at Coin Speaker. Great job there. So let's talk a little bit about this statement that this chairman of TransferWise made in terms of not really a lot of banks using this Ripple technology. Not a lot of banks kind of embracing this blockchain technology. Let's go over to our guy, Leonidas at xrp-arcade.com. And you can see up here, he's got news, blog, XRP Arcade, XRP, markets, Ripple's ecosystem, and the top 100 banks. The top 100 banks. Let me see. So what did I do here? Okay, so let's click on the top 100 banks and Ripple, right? Let's go over that. And this guy is pretty good. He says this list is based on the 2019 global market report of 100 of the largest 100 banks in the, oh my goodness, 100 largest banks in the world by total assets. This list links the top 100 banks by assets and Ripple. Currently, 38% of the world's top 100 banks. Would you say that's a very short list? 38% of the world's top 100 banks have been linked to Ripple. Bear in mind that there are NDAs in place and banks might be connected to Ripple via other integrators. Absolutely, without question. So this is on the 2019 Global Market Intelligence Report of the 100 largest banks by assets. So let's just go through some of them. All right. Here, I'm going to count the customers, and then I'm going to add SBI Ripple Asia's customers as well. All right, so Mitsubishi Finance Group, MUFG, customer, that's one. HSB Holdings PLC, customer, two. Credit Agricole from France, remember France was in the news, customer, three. All right, so I'm going to go through the customers at Ripple first, then I'll add SBI Ripple Asia. So three. Bank of Santander, 4. Royal Bank of Canada, 5. UBS, 6. UniCredit, 7 in Italy. Standard Charter, 8. Standard Charter guy from the UK. Westpac makes 9 in Australia. 10 is Bank of Montreal. 11, DC Bank, Germany. 12. And another bank in Australia, 13. Sumitomo Mitsubishi Trust Holdings, 14. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, 15. All right, so that's 15 there. Let me keep going. 16, Nomura Holdings. 17, a bank in Brazil. 18, PNC Financial Services. 19, Banco Bradesco in Spain and Brazil. What is that? Is that 20? I think that's 20. 21, Sweden Bank. I think it's actually 20. So 20, right? Ripple, right? Now we're going to go add to the SBI Ripple Asia's, and I'll show you why we're doing that as well. So we've got 20, SBI Ripple Asia, Japan, 21. SBI Ripple Asia, 22. SBI Ripple Asia, 23. Okay, now I'm going to go to SBI Ripple Asia. Why? Because let me go through this article and explain to you why we want to put SBI Ripple Asia in there. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation and Japan Post Bank joins SBI Ripple Asia's bank consortium. That's just not one bank, right? SBI Ripple Asia's bank consortium. Now, let me read this, just some of this article here. This is on Ripple.com, and this is from, what year? July of 2017. Less than a year ago, SBI's Ripple Asia announced the creation of a Japanese consortium of banks who will use Ripple's technology for payments and settlements. And this was in 2017. It's not just a bank of consortiums in Japan. It's a bank of consortiums in Japan who will use Ripple's technologies for payment and settlement. The set of banks set out to be the first in Japan to conquer the slow and costly pain points associated with sending payments using current rails. A few short months later, the consortium grew to 47 banks. That's in 2017. My understanding is it's close to 60. It's closer to 60 now, right? That successfully completed the pilot implementation of Ripple to enable real-time money transfers both domestically and internationally, with the goal of going live. Let me say it again. With the goal of going live. All right. Today we are happy to announce that the Japan Bank Consortium continues to drive interest among the banking community in Japan, bringing the total number of members to 61, representing over 80% of total banking assets in Japan. All three of Japan's largest banks have now joined. All three of the largest banks have now joined the Japan Bank Consortium using Ripple, including Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, where we just got the news that they put a large investment into MoneyTap. We also welcome Japan Post Bank to the roster of the top banks by assets using Ripple for payments in Japan. So I'm wondering if the dude from TransferWise is going to be available for a post interview, for a second interview, for a follow-up interview. And if he does make himself available, it would be really cool to see if he has changed his tune. All right, guys, listen, I am going to wrap up this video like I do all my videos and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.